Welcome back. My name is Michael Maruk, and this is Between Two Torches. I'm joined here today with the president of SAA, Spencer Filoni. Welcome, Spencer.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Of course. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good. Weather's nice, can't complain.
That's great. We're going to get to some questions. We have 10 questions for you. So as the president, what is the president of SAA responsible for?
My, weekly duties and responsibilities, I just oversee our executive board for the most part. So we have 5 vice presidents of SAA. They are the vice president of business, communication, campus engagement, philanthropy, and membership. I also bridge the gap between our advisor and our alumni community. So any contacting responsibilities, any communication responsibilities between our alumni network, I primarily take care of that.
How many hours does that usually take? Like if you're working, if you're sending emails, if you're just contacting these people, does it take a lot of time? Is it very time consuming?
Per week, it does take up a big chunk of my time. If it's a busier week, if we have multiple events coming up, like right now actually is a very busy time for us. For example, I've been putting in probably around 10, 15 hours outside of my school and class responsibilities to work primarily on SAA stuff.
Like the purpose of dividing the club, as you mentioned a little while ago, dividing it into different communities or different organizations based on major, does that help it not necessarily broaden but diversify the field, where if somebody wanted to do something more specific they could target that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, splitting our club up into 5 different sections and 5 different committees definitely benefits our members. So communications, for example, they handle a lot of the social media work, a lot of our online presence. So if you're more interested in, let's say, marketing or communications or video production, that would be a good committee for you to join. If you're more interested in helping plan the physical events themselves, then campus engagement might be the one for you, and so on and so forth. There's definitely something that fits everybody's interests within the club, which is one of the benefits I think SAA has for our current members.
So how would you describe SAA to someone who's never really heard of it?
Kind of my elevator pitch for explaining to anyone who has no idea what the Student Alumni Association is. I like to say that we are responsible for bridging the gap between current LaSalle undergrads with former LaSalle undergrads that have since graduated and moved on, and they're working their professional lives. So we do a variety of different events. We really focus on career readiness and how we can incorporate the alumni.
Would you say it's a really good thing to get involved in if you want to make connections then?
Yeah, definitely. If you're someone who's interested in creating a better future for yourself professionally, we're definitely the club for you. We set students up for one-on-one connections with alumni within their field. Earlier this year, we actually did a resume workshop. So we had a few local alumni come back and look at current students' resumes.
So are there any events on campus that SAA puts out for people that where they can get involved with this kind of stuff, or if they can see it for an example and they want to try it out?
Yeah, we try to open up as many of our particular events to the entire campus community. So last night, for example, we hosted Boomer's birthday with the dining hall. Even though it wasn't one of our typical events because there was no alumni connection, it was still a way to engage the student body. And with events like that, we hope that people ask questions like, oh, hey, what is your club? What is SAA? And we use that as a way to recruit people into our membership as well. Another event, for example, that we have coming up on April 13th, we have our Pride Alumni Panel. This will be the 3rd year doing it, so 3rd annual Pride Alumni Panel. And we always open events like that up to the student body. So with the alums coming back and speaking to the general population here, we want to be able to provide that opportunity for people to come and ask questions, even if you're not part of SAA.
And I remember actually like talking to you last year about this a little bit too, because you were like talking about doing all this Zoom stuff.
Yeah.
How was that kind of shift when you, because I know you did this freshman year, I believe too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What was the shift from that to the pandemic, obviously like going online, and like how did you have to move around to do all that?
Yeah, it was definitely a huge learning curve. Kind of like you just said, Mike, I joined SAA as a freshman. Back then, everything was in person. And then the spring semester came along and kind of, cut our semester short. So everything had to be moved over to virtual for the remainder of that semester. That semester was also when I took on the challenge of becoming president, and ran and got the position. So that whole first year of mine as president was a huge learning curve, because I've never done virtual learning, virtual Zoom calls, virtual meetings like that before. And neither had anyone within our membership either, so it was a huge learning curve for all of us. We're definitely happier being in person as a group, and getting, the opportunity to see everybody's, faces and stuff. But we definitely, I don't want to say like battled through it, but we got through it, and made the most of it last year. Like I said, we still had our Pride panel, although it was virtual. We still put on Boomer's birthday, even though the dining hall wasn't technically open last year. So I think we got through it just by, putting on our staple events to the best of our ability, and kind of, just working with the times that we had.
In your opinion, kind of going way back to the beginning, what is the number one reason why a student should join the SAA, or Student Alumni Association?
Yeah, definitely just the opportunities to network, whether that is networking with alumni or whether that's networking with, your current, classmates and stuff like that. Like, even though we are focused on, bridging the connection between former students and current students, we are also still making connections with one another. Like all members of SAA are able to connect, with me at any time, and I'm able to connect them with other opportunities, whether that's giving them other alums to reach out to, giving them advice, connecting them to like the Career Readiness Center. So things like that, I would say, is definitely like the most important aspect of SAA.
And if there's anything I missed, was there anything you wanted to add about Student Alumni Association that stands out or is important that people may want to know about?
I just want to say that like SAA, we're a family. All of us, we all get along. Every meeting that we have, like people look forward to it. And I think events, people really look forward to it as well. And I just think there's, plenty of opportunities to, grow as a person, and also grow as a professional with SAA. So if that's something that, people are interested in, we are definitely a club for you to check out. And I'll also give, a little plug. We do have our 3rd annual Alumni and Pride panel on April 13th. And you can RSVP to that through Laser Involvement, and there'll also be some emails sent out about it too. So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. That sounds like it'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
But thank you, Spencer. This has been Spencer from the Student Alumni Association. Thanks for being on the show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Mike.
I've been Mike Marouk, and that's been Between Two Torches. Hope you have a great weekend, day, wherever you may be listening or watching this from, and we'll talk to you later. See you next episode.